Let's go ahead and take a look at the components of 3D objects here in Cinema 4D. Up until now, we've been looking at these parametric objects, and you can make certain number of changes by dragging the points or coming in here to the attribute manager and adjusting the size here. We can put fillets on here, and just depending on the type of object that we have, type of parametric object, we have a number of changes that we can make over here. But at some point, this is not going to be enough, and you're going to need to make this object editable. And to do that, we can come over here and click on the Make Editable button, or you can see that there's a shortcut, which is C on your keyboard. Now, what I want you to pay attention to before I do that is that right now, we can see the cube is a parametric object, and that's indicated by the little cube shape here, or cube icon. Now, when I come over here and click this, you'll see that this icon is changed. The name stays the same, but the icon is changed to a polygon object icon. So now we have an object in our scene that is a polygon. What that means now is that we have access to the points, edges, and polygon faces of this object. And that is accessed through these tools right here, the points, edges, and polygons. So to show you how this works, if I come over here and click on my points tool, and I come up here and grab my live selection tool, I now have access to the individual points that are used to make up this object. Likewise, if I come over and grab my edges, I can select the edges. And I can move these, or I can scale these, or I can even rotate these if I want. And if I come over here and grab my polygon tool, I can come over and select polygon faces. And again, I have the same sort of control here with these. Move, scale, and rotate. So at this point, you have a whole new level of access to the object. So if I wanted to, I could come in now and I could right click and I could say extrude, and I could extrude this object out. And don't worry about this, we'll get into this in a later chapter, but these are just some of the modeling tools that you have access to now that you've converted this from a polygonal object to a polygon object. So I've already extruded this out. I'm going to right click. I'm going to do an extrude enter now. And then I'm going to extrude again. This time I'm going to go backwards. And I've created something like this. And this is just not possible to do in a parametric state. We could also come over here and grab our edge tool, zoom in here, select an edge. We could right click and we could go to bevel. And now we can bevel our edges. And we have a whole lot of options over here where we can change these bevels. But the bottom line here is that whenever you convert your object to an editable or to a polygon object, you take it down to its most basic level, which is points, edges, and polygons. And that's where the real control begins.